Hello, welcome to your Soul Spark message today. Yo soy Mama Rita, and I want to say hola, mi gente. How are you today? How are you doing? What is it that your soul has been wanting you to hear? Today it has a message. Whenever you are listening to this is exactly the time when your soul is prepared and ready to hear the message. Ooh, light and peace. What else? Transformation. Oh, compassion. Truth. I'm going to start there. Oh, I really should eat something. My stomach is hurting me from how hungry I am. Okay. When you know your truth, right? This is what I'm getting here. Like, look within, right? Look at your reflection. Look inside to find your light and your truth. And I say light because it's this card is showing up too. There's a light inside of you. You are made of light. You emit light. Did you know that when a sperm and an egg meet together, that there's a spark of light? That's the very first thing that happens. And the egg starts to divide and do all that beautiful embryo that it does. But the very first thing that happens, as soon as that sperm reaches into the egg, there is a spark of light. So if that's not saying that you are a soul spark, I don't know what is. So know that you are light. And because light can also behave as a photon, or a wave and a particle, you can create anything. You are the manifester of your life. You are the creator of your experiences. And knowing the truth about that, knowing the truth of who you are, is going to bring you so much peace. So much peace. And there's peace inside of your truth. There is peace knowing that you're exactly where you're meant to be. Things are happening for you and through you. And it's about giving yourself compassion. Making friends with compassion. Making yourself be the number one who receives your compassion first. And then sharing it with the world. And when you can be in your peace, understanding that you are light and that you were meant to shine, not only will you transform, but you'll be the transformation for others to also transform. People are watching you. People you don't even know are looking at you. So it's living in your truth, in your peace, and in your light that inspires others for transformation. Like, that's how powerful you are. Just being you as a transformed light being, living in peace. And I'm also seeing here joy, right? Like there's a swing. And that the swing to me feels free. Like you feel free when you're swinging. That's how I feel anyway. And that's what will help you bring your light out and shine brighter. And it'll be what creates transformation, not just with you and not just other people, but for the world. Like helping them see their light and their truth. I'm being called to grab a couple more. What else is going to support whoever this reading is for them to create that transformation and understand that through compassion and truth, they find their peace. Oh, that's way too many cards. I'm going to take some from the stack that fell out. Pick a card, any card. Okay, this one. Ooh. There's a voyage awaiting for you. Where are you going? I'm going to read what that card actually says in the book. 51. Voyage, it says. Okay, 51. A journey is coming. Rather than staying in a safe harbor, let your sails unfurl to the wind. The universe absolutely knows, cherishes, and protects you as you ride the currents of your life. So yeah, it's saying you're protected. It says here, your soul wants you to know your life is a spiritual voyage, right? Knowing the light and the truth of your spirit, of who you are. And it isn't always what it seems. There have been no wrong turns. Every adventure and misadventure was a part of this course. I said that earlier. You're a sacred traveler on a pilgrimage to your soul. There's always a deeper meaning to your life's journey than what appears on the surface. There's always deeper meaning to your life's journey than what happens on the surface. So what I hear there is to look at your situation with neutral eyes, neutral perspective, without judgment and criticism, and just see, like, what is the actual meaning? What was the lesson there? What is the pattern that you're seeing pick up? Right? And then just get curious and go, okay. And then choose, right, in that moment, a better serving story for yourself. And then also choose to be aware so that you don't make that mistake again. That's the best thing we can do, is not remake the same mistakes, is learning from them. And the other best thing that you can do is learn from other people's mistakes so that you don't make them. But it's through mistakes and it's through failure that you have the most expansion of who you are and your knowledge and your wisdom and your growth. Because when we're comfortable, there's no growth there. There's no expansion. But when we're in the uncomfortable, we think of ways to solve the problem, or like we feel resilient, more resilient and stronger after overcoming something. And there's always a lesson there. There's always there a lesson that helps you expand and grow and be more of your light. And it finishes here, it says, even when you're sailing through dark waters and stormy seas, if you allow yourself to feel it, you'll know that you're always seen, loved, and cherished by the universe, the creator, and your angels. Ooh, I love that. Feeling. The biggest thing I got away from that was allow yourself to feel it. Soul is saying, don't ignore those feelings. Don't suppress them. Don't numb them with busy work or addictions. Because it's through feeling and allowing yourself to release it through the feelings that it is able to leave your body. And when you're not doing that, that emotion gets stuck as stagnant energy in a part of your body, depending on what the emotion is and what you were experiencing. But if that festers there for a long time, and then you do it again, and that same feeling you harbor and you either resent it or you ignore it or whatever, it starts to fester and cause dis-ease because your energy is not flowing the way it's supposed to. And an accumulation of energy somewhere is it's like the 405, like traffic jam of energy. And you'll start to have chronic pain, chronic diseases, cancer even. Like, all these things are known now that your body keeps a score. It's a great book. forget I'm actually reading it right now. The body keeps the score. And there's a couple of them, but the one from the gentleman that has over thousands and thousands of reviews, that's the one you want to get. And it's an amazing book, and it talks about how trauma is stored in the body. And it doesn't have to be a big T trauma. It could be small little traumas. It could be like your teacher is saying something negative to you, and you felt your energies coming down, or you felt ashamed, or you felt like you did something wrong, or you are a bad person. Like those are little T traumas that happen throughout the day. Somebody could yell at you in the street for no reason, and for some reason you took that very personally. And if you don't feel that and release it with the intention of releasing it and letting it take its course, crying it out, dancing it out. There's so many techniques that I use now. My favorite is dancing and singing. Those are my two most ultimate ways of releasing heavy emotions. The other one that's really great, rollerblading, something that is like a movement, right? And I just feel so free when I'm rollerblading, and I have clarity, and I feel powerful, like nothing can bring me down. And usually it's in the rollerblading that I have either an epiphany, or I'm able to just kind of release that emotion. The other thing too is doing like a primal scream and releasing it to Earth, because she is always there to receive. She gives and she receives. She gives to you and receives from you. And she can transmute that energy. So like hugging a tree will also help. Putting your feet barefoot on the grass or on wet soil, that will also ground you and help your energies kind of go down into the earth. And when you are grounded, you feel less flighty and more in your body. And so those are all great techniques that I use. Scream into a pillow, or go into nature and just yell. I actually go in my car and I drive somewhere and the windows rolled up and I just scream. I can't believe you're such an asshole. And that release of that frustration and anger really feels amazing, first of all. And it really allows the processing and releasing of that anger. You definitely don't want anger to stay in your body. Anger, shame, guilt, those are all really low vibration energies. And when you're in a low vibration energy, you pick up more low vibration information from the world, from the energies around you. And so it just starts, the famous saying, misery loves company. Well, yeah, that's why. That is why. You're opening yourself up to low vibrations and more susceptible to being psychically attacked by negative energies. Period. Like true bomb. Ugh. Yes. Power. And I'm noticing also the universe and the stars in the backdrop. See, there's power in nature too, right? This elephant is in nature. But I'm seeing the universe. It's saying, like, remember that you're made of stardust. Remember that you were made in God's likeness. And therefore, you have God in you. You're God's child. And the world that we live in right now has taught us that we're powerless, that we can't do anything without help of someone else, or having to go through all these, schools to get a degree so that we, feel powerful. But you already have power. You actually have superpowers, believe it or not. Everyone has the ability and gifts of spiritual connection, psychic awareness, telekinesis, like the clairvoyance, audience, all that stuff. We were all born with those gifts, but they weren't and they weren't, what's the word I'm looking for? They weren't nurtured by society or by our parents unless you were born into it, like a curanderas or shamans. You know, a lot of times that lineage is passed down and it's already in their awareness. So they teach the children young while they still are in that open space. Yeah, like you have so much power when you rely and know the truth of who you are and the light within you. And you will experience peace, like true peace. Just knowing that you're divinely guided and trusting that you're exactly where you're meant to be. And if you go with the flow, you go with the flow of the waters where the water leads you, it's perfectly divinely orchestrated for you. And it also has to do with the choices you make. So are you aligning your choices with your values and who you truly are and what it is that you are here to be? And it's in your joy, your playfulness, like your inner child. Tap into your inner child and you will rediscover your powers, who you truly are. And the truth of who you are will be revealed when you look into your inner child. Because he or she already always knew. Always knew what you were meant to be and to do. And your purpose. And your teenage you version had the tenacity and the rigor and the boldness to just go for anything that you set your mind to. So just remembering that's your power. It's going back into your inner child and recognizing that you are a child of light. I think I'm going to end the reading there. Your soul is saying thank you. And it wants you to release, just acknowledge yourself. Acknowledge yourself for everything and for being resilient and for the path that you've been on and that you're on and the path that you're trailblazing now. It's saying, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. You are enough. Beautiful message. All right, my friends. If you like this message, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so that you get notified when I post new content like this. And until next time, make sure that you're kind to yourself and others. Lead with love and spread joy. Again, Mama Rita out. Bye.